Hey, I'm John. Welcome to my podcast. I think I was getting an echo there because I had the external speakers on, but we got it resolved. What's up, people? This is episode 17 of the Snout. We were a band. My name is John Dundas, and we are up to January 15th, 1998. You're listening to something I wrote down as Mike brought his banjo. Let's listen for a moment. All right, so it's obviously titled Mike Brought His Banjo because Mike brought his banjo. That's pretty simple, right? Right? I think it is. The deal here is that Mike bought a banjo and took a couple lessons, and I'm not exactly sure how many, but it was only a couple lessons. And he got the little finger picks to put on. And he's plucking away. Listen to that. Oh, this is actually nice with the guitar, the keyboard. Everything's nice here. Well, except those keyboard screw-ups. Yes, that we still don't have a bass amp. It just doesn't sound right. I think when we get a bass amp, it should be very, very clear in the recordings that there's just a huge bottom end filled out with a really full bass sound on our later recordings. I always emphasize Matt if I could because he was the best player among us. So let's get back off of that a little bit. I'm not certain who the guitar player is. I feeling like it's Matt again, Matt L. And this is really nice. He's playing a really nice lead over this. And Mike plucking on the banjo fits right in, huh? And I picked a very simple repeating keyboard part. The banjo was not that easy for Mike to play. We kept something real simple and fit in beautifully. It's a nice piece. You know, it could use more differences, more moving around, but we just kept it going. I don't know why I stuck on this keyboard part for so long, but I did. So I think the guy, and we'll be able to tell, or I'll be able to tell, probably on the next few songs. I think they're all kind of funky, and that was the other thing he did. He did blues rock funk kind of thing, and we went with it on this day, I think, for at least a couple of songs, at least 3 or 4, 2 or 3, maybe 3. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, that's still going. Next up on the tape is called Space Cadet. I think Space Cadet may be making fun of me. I know this tape pretty well. I've listened to it quite a bit. I've recorded everything off it onto digital, I think, long ago because we had it. We're not quite there. We're almost. I could feel it ending there soon. Let's see. Yeah, I switched over to a stupid horn part on the keyboards, which I didn't think helped the end of that song at all. One of my difficulties is that I tend to overdo things like that. Oh well. Yeah. Let's see.
Well, the extras the boy on the board.
Well, I want to say that is Matt L., but it also could be the first appearance of John Mosdale. I'm not positive, and I'm going to listen throughout this tape to see if I can pick up any clues. John was far more experimental and did a lot of cool little things that you can hear throughout our stuff, little side things that tickle your ear. But he could play this kind of strumming easily. I mean, he was a good guitarist, so I think it's probably Matt L., but we're going to keep our ears open in case I hear something that sounds John Mosdale-like. I'm not positive. But this is nice, huh? Nice little funky thing. Here come the keyboards. Hear Matt's bass. I still don't think that's a bass on it. Just doesn't have that full bass sound.
It was a Space Cadet. With some groovy headphones.
Yeah, that's Mike sort of kind of singing about me sitting there playing with my headphones on recording.
Study the Tao of Pooh.
Studied the Tao of Pooh. There you go. All right. That's pretty cool. Space Cadet. And if you're noticing, as I move through these now, we hit a point where things are just working out, and they're working out real well with this guitarist. If it's Matt, we'll find out. But it's like he just turns stuff on, get things going, and everybody falls into a feel, and we just get moving. You know?
Sat around all night.
This is fun, and Mike makes shit up.
Waiting for the mothership.
Now, still, there's a lot to be desired in the playing, you know, but that all improves as well.
Looking up in the sky.
I can't wait for a bass amp.
For the rays of light.
I went and looked up the Tascam Studio 8 recording deck, reel-to-reel recording deck that I had, because, you know, I found some reels, I mentioned that, and I was thinking, oh man, it'd be great to be able to get those onto digital. And I started looking, and it's actually much more expensive than I had hoped. I think it's around $37.50 a tape was what I was quoted, which was a pretty in the ballpark price with everybody
Join the
else.
Southern
So,
Hemisphere at night.
5 tapes at $37.50 each. Plus they all had a $20 setup fee. Like before they can take that tape and
Staring up to the sky,
play it
looking for the
back
mothership.
and transfer everything to digital. Digital, it has to be spooled onto a different reel and then played back off of that.
Headphones are always
And it's $20 no matter how many tapes they're doing. It's just a setup fee. So it'd be $37.50 times 5 is plus $20, $207.50 to get those 5 tapes digitized, which isn't that bad. That's very, very manageable. It's not a big deal. But when I heard that, I was like, well, God, maybe I can find a Tascam Studio 8 and rent it for however long it takes to get the info off those. But that's not bad. I looked at the Tascam Studio 8 that I had, the exact model. It's about a $3,800 unit still now. I don't know where I came up with the wherewithal to get that piece of equipment, but I got it. All right, let's pop ahead. That is some Space Cadet. Let's see. Up after Space Cadet, we should have The Adventures of Rembrandt Pussy Horse. And if you're not aware, Rembrandt Pussy Horse is the name of a Butthole Surfers album. Yes. I don't know whether there's a beat change or what before it becomes Rembrandt Pussy Horse, but I'm going to jump ahead a ways here. Just to try to get to it. Sounds like we're getting ready to change something up there. A couple of the instruments had dropped out. Let's see where this takes us. I'm going to move forward a little bit and just see where this takes us, because this sounds pretty decent. If I remember, still there's a whole lot to be desired in the quality and the playing, but we're starting to just, like, these things are just happening and we're having a ball and recording them all. This sounds like it. Oh no, this is actually, so basically, The Adventures of Rembrandt Pussy Horse was just part of this end of Space Cadet. It was the same rhythm and stuff. So this is the beginning of John Paul Jones. I think Mike wanted to do this guitar part, so we did it. Together, let's just move forward a little further. I don't know what that turns into. John Paul Jones. If the keyboards come in. John Paul Jones V owned a church. Okay. Okay, groove. Look at that heavy distorted guitar. I don't know if that's Matt or John playing. It sounds more like John, because he's not trying to take over, funk-wise. Or wah-wah. Let's move forward and see if we can figure out who's playing on this tape, because I'm not sure. keep playing. I don't. Yeah, it looked like they were trying to stop, and I just kept playing the keyboard part. Come on now. Tapes are long. Oh, hey. Here's like I think the primo version of Happy Cowgirl. You get to hear this one. I think this is the last version we ever did of it. There might be one more.
Was a happy cowgirl.
I don't know, that sounded more and more like John Mosdale. Now Mike's on the really distorted guitar. And then there's that
She looked really good in a pair of
Matt L. didn't seem like this would be one of his parts, so I'm leaning more towards John Mosdale, but we'll see.
And her. Red
Because John
rubber
could play
boots.
the fast, funky funk stuff too.
But she had a special glow about her when she was with Paul Slavin, her handsome Texas boyfriend. Who ate a lot of mustard and got a bitter voice.
So that is some Happy Cowgirl. And it sounds like
Yippee-yi-okay! And he was a damn
There's the
handsome
keyboards.
boyfriend.
in the background. All right. So that is some more Happy Cowgirl. And think about how bad that was to begin with and how far that came along. I mean, that's a far different animal now. We've got, her name was Cookie, which I know is just the beginning part of Me, Midori, and the Butcher. So we're going to try to get ahead to that.
Permanently.
Oh. I love Me, Midori, and the Butcher. Maybe that'll tell me who's playing that guitar because that's a funky one. We'll see if it sounds like typical Matt guitar or something different. Oh, okay. This tape ends. So I have everything written on one side, and I didn't mark that. In fact, I'm going to mark it while we're speaking, just so I know that after Happy Cowgirl, we go to side 2, side B. We're going to flip this. We're going to get a rewind. Our mixer is ready to go, and we'll listen to side B some here. Side B begins, then, now that I know where the side ends, with Her Name Was Cookie, or Me, Midori, and the Butcher. So we'll see how that starts off, because it should start fresh here, with just turning on a beat. It sounded more like Matt there.
This girl, her name was Cookie. Poor white guys can't fake it.
Oh.
Poor
Said
white guys can't fake it.
I said I didn't think we had enough soul to play funk. And
He was the last one ever to
Mike.
see Long Dong Silver alive.
Mike said, well, white guys can't fake it. Oh, this is a funny line. Yeah, he's the last one to see Long Dong Silver alive. I just thought that was so funny. Came out of nowhere. It's coming together. Listen to Mike on the left. He's guitar's coming along. Think about where he was. Come the keyboards.
I was speed tight. Hanging out with a girl named Midori. She was wearing a green wig.
Midori was wearing a green wig. There you go.
Hanging out with the girl named Midori. She was wearing a green wig.
Woo! We are on it. You know, there's that funky guitar. I just can't tell whether that's Matt or John.
Hanging out with the girl named Midori. She was wearing a green wig.
There's another one that comes together nicely with his story about Midori. It's me, Midori, and the Butcher. I don't know where that lyric is, but it's nice. Hey, whoops. Hanging down in St. Louis, me, Midori, and the Butcher made 3. Hanging down in St. Louis, me, Midori, and the Butcher made 3. I was spade tight. Yeah, he came up with some great lyrics for that one. Okay, cool keyboards. Let's keep her moving. Keep her moving. And we're walking. And we're walking. Hanging down in St. Louis, me, the Butcher, me, Midori, and the Butcher made 3.
Hanging down in St. Louis, me, Midori, and the Butcher made 3.
I don't know where
I was roasted and I was black.
I don't know where he comes up with this stuff.
I was smoking and I was black. Head full of space at night.
I don't know, man. He just comes up with the shit, and then it becomes the shit that he comes up with again. Every time we sit down, it seems like he's coming up with different stories. Because of the nature of our music, and it's based on the drum beat for the very start, we go into all these different things kind of stylistically because the drum beat dictates it, and keeps it from every song sounding kind of the same for sure. Now, is the drum machine cheating? I don't know, man. We were just using the technology available to us at the time, and I got it to sound pretty good. And I think when we're really playing, you forget it's even a drum machine, or at least I do.
Butcher gave us a hot.
All right, keep moving. Oh boy, that's a long one. Long and winding road that leads to your door. All right, we're almost there. Nope, we're not, fucker. Oh my God, it won that end. Yeah, I remember that being a really, really long thing. And there's one thing here. I think it's one thing that's two things. It's titled "He Was Naked," but then I also wrote "Dead-Eye Dick," and I think they're both kind of part of the same thing. We'll see. Oh my God, it's still going. I'll let it go a little further.
Oh, man.
Jesus. And it's a fun thing, but not when you're trying to fast forward past it. Okay, it sounds like it's slowing down. You get to hear the process because nothing, it's not like we set anything up. The drum machine never stops. We just find a new beat, got tired of that one, played it out. Let's see what's next. And there are times I stop the tape between recording because I just didn't want to waste tape. You know, if I knew we were just not going to keep going, but I would start it up right again, you know. I've been recording the entire tapes as one file. I think it makes sense to keep them that way because it shows the process and stuff. But yeah, I've been slowly but surely transferring the entire files to digital, and I think it's kind of neat to hear the whole session and the progression between things and how different instruments you found for the early on in that evening that you liked end up in other stuff as you're moving forward through that evening. Yeah, it's interesting to me. I don't know if it's interesting to you guys.
I gotta take.
I guess we're gonna take a pee break. Oh, let's see what we can get to.
But you know, he was in that business meeting.
We're just talking. I got a keyboard going there and a slower thing, so we'll see.
We were crowded naked under the moon.
That's a pretty mellow groove. Was naked under the yellow moon.
I was hanging naked under the. Quarter moon. Drinking breast milk from my baby.
Who the hell knows? But that is he was naked. I'll move forward a little bit and see if we get anything much in the way of changes in that one. Mike wants to drink breast milk, I guess. I don't know. That's a pretty mellow groove.
Oh yeah, we're really good. We get Don Hose for all of us.
Let's see. So that's just banter, and the guy talking in that banter was Matt L. I remember his voice. So that's definitely Matt L.
Frenzy and a piece of chocolate cake.
That's really laid back. Wow. Hey guys, that's we're at what? 31 minutes. It's time to wrap this up. This has been episode 17 of The Snout. We were a band. I will be grabbing one of these tracks and putting it up for you guys to listen to. I'll probably put Mike Brought His Banjo because that's just a really nice one. It's kind of boring, but really pleasant sounds in it. So I thank you for hanging out. My name's John Dundas, and I hope to see you back here next time. Peace. You're going to listen to a little bit of Dead-Eye Dick or He Was Naked or whatever's going on here on your way out.
From the breast